Alright everyone, Apple event. You know the drill. I just go through a lightning round. I'm trying to recap everything that I can remember as fast as I possibly can, so that way I can edit this overnight and basically lose all my sleep, just so that way you guys have a video to watch literally the day after the Apple event. Unless I'm being me and I don't finish editing this until, well, who knows when. Alright, so no bloating the video to this time. Let's actually get into the things that have happened. I'm going to talk about is the fact that I just need to warn you that I found this event extremely boring. Like, there was only one time I actually got excited, and it wasn't really out of pure enthusiasm. It was actually just out of pure frustration that it didn't happen sooner. But for the most part, I found this event extremely boring, especially the whole carbon neutral BS. Okay, yeah, I get it. Taking care of Mother Nature is extremely important. I mean, you saw that whole skit where Tim Cook actually got his employees together to have a meeting with Mother Nature to discuss the whole thing going on. Okay, yeah, I did enjoy the skit. It was funny, especially seeing that Tim Cook was in the skit. When do you ever see Tim Cook in a skit like that? But details aside, yada, trying to be green and all of that. I mean, if you ask me, this carbon neutral or better for the environment, it has now become an overused phrase to the point where now it is literally meaningless. So because of that, it is a whole bunch of marketing bull. To the point where I was basically bored out of my mind. For how long did they spend talking about this? Way too long in my opinion. So let's get into the things you're actually interested in. The products. Starting off with Apple Watch Series 9. Finally, the Apple Watch got a chip upgrade. For the past how many Apple Watches? It started with Series 7 and Series 8. They've literally been using rebranded S6 chips. I kid you not. The Series 7's S7 chip, it is literally an S6 chip with S7 written in Sharpie on it. And same with the Series 8. The S8 chip was really an S7 chip with Sharpie on it, and the S7 chip is really an S6 chip with Sharpie written on it. So that means the S8 chip was really an S6 chip with S8 written in Sharpie on it. So finally, we got a chip upgrade. Or excuse me, a SIP upgrade. I don't even think they actually properly explained what the heck a SIP is, but okay. But basically, they finally upgraded the chip. They got performance improvements, which the Apple Watch definitely does not need, and any efficiency improvements, not really. I mean, the battery lives are still the same. They didn't even change the batteries underneath the displays, so not really that impressive. I want to see longer battery lives, not for me, because my watch will go 2 days on a single charge, the way I use it. I don't use the always on. As you can see, I do not use the always on display, so that means it's off when I'm not looking at it. And the truth is, I will get 2 days of battery life out of this watch if for whatever reason I forget to charge it, or who knows what, which there has been one instance where I thought it was charging and it didn't. Thank goodness this gets me 2 days instead of, unfortunately for some people, less than 1, which makes no sense to me. But it also got other upgrades, like the display will now shine at 2000 nits of brightness, so whenever you use the flashlight, like this cool thing here, yeah, your Apple Watch has a built-in flashlight. I don't know what brightness this is at, but I do know that the next generation Series 9 Apple Watch is going to have a 2000 nits brightness display, so that means your flashlight is going to be extremely bright. I really hope that you don't happen to turn the corner and then you meet, who knows what, a clown or something staring at you in the face. Because not only will you be terrified yourself, well, you're also going to completely blind that clown. So, okay, bad joke. Anywho, only 2 other notable features. Supposedly this double tap thing where you can tap your finger and your thumb or something that has to do with Vision Pro, which if you haven't watched my video, you might know that I'm not excited for this. And guys, I kid you not, every time I try to convince myself that Vision Pro or Vision OS is the future of computing or whatever, I find myself less and less convinced. I don't know how to put it. I don't see how it's useful. I don't see how it's a big deal. Which to my surprise, they brought this product up in the event when truly, you can just tell they have no enthusiasm for this product. We still have yet to see one of the presenters wearing this. Side tangent aside, yeah, those 2 notable features. 2nd generation ultra wideband. Yay, I guess that means finding your stuff is going to be much easier. And then also we got, oh wait, I already said it was double tap. I guess you could also include the details like the new watch bands. Oh yeah, because of their new carbon neutral and, oh, we gotta be earth friendly and all that, we don't have any more leather bands. Yeah, they got rid of leather entirely from their entire store. They didn't even replace it with a synthetic leather or something that imitates leather. Instead, now we got this new fine woven material. I hope it's durable, because knowing Apple's history, especially with cases, I'm a bit concerned. But the regular Apple Watch that you and me probably buy wasn't the only Apple Watch that got an upgrade. The Apple Watch Ultra also got a new generation. We're now on Apple Watch Ultra 2. And what did it get? A new watch face, new watch bands. Did they change anything with this watch? Okay, it's got the S9 chip and, well, all the various other chip upgrades like the ultra wideband 2 and various other things like that. But come on, aside from that, did it really get an upgrade? I'd personally pass on this one if I were an Apple Watch Ultra buyer, because I found almost no difference in the areas that actually matter. And then the final detail, Apple claims that these new watches, including the SE if you buy a specific watch band, all of these Apple Watches that you can buy today are carbon neutral. Wow. Yeah, don't care, because it is now an overused phrase that is basically meaningless. Next up on the line, the biggest reason why everybody loves September events, the iPhone. And longtime viewers of this channel, you'll definitely know the first thing I'm going to bring up. Finally! This thing has USB-C! What took you so long, Apple? We really had to wait for you to be forced by the EU to put this superior port on your smartphone? You put it on your MacBook since 2015. You put it on your iPads since 2018. It's been 5 years since you added USB-C to another product line. 5 years! What took so long? But finally, the iPhone has the superior port. Unfortunately, they don't really take that much advantage of it on both iPhones that we'll be talking about. But still, finally, we have one port to rule them all. The MacBooks have USB-C, the iPads have USB-C, and now the iPhone does. Thank God this finally happened, and seriously, Apple, why did you wait this long? But in terms of the other changes of the iPhone 15, and I'm talking about the standard iPhone 15, not the Pro lineup. We'll get to that in just a minute, but I'm just going to ramble off a few features that, well, honestly, I just genuinely don't care about. The biggest thing that I've wanted the iPhone to finally get, and it finally has it, is USB-C. So everything after this, it's now stuff I don't need. So let's go over that stuff. Dynamic Island. I hate this thing so much. We should have had a dynamic notch, not a dynamic island. So yay, we now get to have an even bigger intrusion in our content. You can't remove it. Like, even if you pinch out on your videos, that hole is still going to be intruding in it. It's a lose-lose situation. I hate the dynamic island. Frosted glass. I'm a glossy glass type of guy, so I'm still not excited. 2000 nits display. Okay, I guess that's good, especially for outdoors, but okay. 48 megapixel camera. That's what the 14 Pros had last year, so now they bring it to the regular 15s. Okay, and it supposedly gives them this weird 2x zoom option because of how they use the 48 megapixel camera. So okay, I guess it has that now. Yay. It has by far the most embarrassing color options, and what I mean by this is Apple does not do colors well. It is ever rare they actually do colors properly on the iPhone. The last time I saw Apple do colors properly on the iPhones, especially the regular series, was the 13 lineup. I miss those saturated colors. They were so good, and now these colors are embarrassed to be the colors that they are. They also got rid of the white, so take that for what you will if you love white iPhones. Now you can't get a white iPhone. The colors suck. The camera cutout on the front sucks. I'm not a fan of the finish on the back, though supposedly this new back panel makes it more repairable or something like that. Oh, and did I mention that it now gets the A16, which is what the iPhone 14 should have gotten last year. So especially when I kid you not, this branding is absolutely insane. It's terrible marketing names. I hate Apple's marketing team because their naming schemes, it is so bad. How do I know it's so bad? Well, let's just take a look at the iPhone 15 Pro's processor. Yeah, that's where we're going to start. The iPhone 15 Pro's processor, not only is it getting the A17 chip, which is what the regular 15 should have gotten. No. This isn't getting any old A17 chip. We're getting the A17 Pro chip. Anybody else confused? So they'll give the regular lineup, the non-pros, a chip from last year and market it as a chip from last year, while the brand new iPhones, they don't only get the latest chip, no, they get the pro version of the latest chip. Oh my goodness. Apple, I hate your marketing team. Anywho, weird branding aside, it supposedly now supports ray tracing, so if you play games on your phone, well, good for you. I don't, so this is like, okay, why should I care? But there's other attributes to the iPhone 15 Pros that many other people are going to be excited for, like the new titanium finish. I have no clue how these things managed to stay the same price as before, because I work in the metal machining industry, and I can confidently tell you titanium is way more expensive than stainless steel. Like, I don't have the exact number off the top of my head, but it's way more than twice as expensive, way more than 3 times as expensive. Titanium is expensive, and yet somehow they managed to keep the same prices as last year. More on pricing in a little bit. But yeah, it now has a new titanium finish. I am very disappointed in still how square these phones are. They did technically give us more radii on the edges, so that way it doesn't cut into our hand as nasty as it was doing before, but sorry Apple, fully rounded. That's truly the way to go. It also comes in the oh so boring colors of dark gray, light gray, middle, somewhere in between gray, and some blue color. Wow. For having this many color options, literally 3 of them are gray. I think Justin Long was onto something when he made that whole comment about gray and grayer MacBooks. Now we have gray, grayer, and ultra gray iPhones. Wow. That's amazing. I'm blown away, Apple. These are awesome colors along the gray scale. I just want to rip my hair out. These iPhones also get the Type-C port, and actually one advantage that this has compared to the standard 15s is it has a USB 3.0 port, which allows for 10 gigabit per second. Not the rumored Thunderbolt, which to me was kind of overkill, especially for a smartphone, but I'll take faster speeds any day of the week. And supposedly this USB-C port on the Pros can be used for recording footage directly to your, not your Mac, unfortunately, but just an SSD. Speaking of recording and filming, this new iPhone now supports 4K at 60 FPS ProRes thanks to that A17 Pro chip. Never mind the fact that there is no regular A17 chip. Like, I hate their marketing department. The telephoto camera on the 15 Pro Max also has, well, quite the interesting upgrade. It has this kind of periscope-ish camera setup with a telephoto lens where now you get 5x zoom. It's not really a true telephoto lens, but it's not your standard lens either. It's really weird and complicated, but supposedly now the iPhones get 5x optical zoom on the Pro Max model. So, yeah, if you care about zoom, well, there you go. You get 5x optical zoom only on the Pro Max. The regular 15 Pro still only has 3x telephoto. Oh, did I also mention that on the where the ringer switch used to be, you know, this thing that I use almost every day because silencing notifications is important, but also when I'm home and this is on a soft surface like a couch, it is really nice to actually hear the device go off. Well, now it's not a switch anymore. It is now a physical button they call the action button. So bye-bye ringer switch. That's actually something I'm really gonna miss because I'd literally leave it exactly as, well, actually what the action button's default function is, the ringer switch. So now instead of being able to feel the position of where the switch is relative to the phone, now I no longer have any idea whether my phone is on silent or not until I miss a whole bunch of notifications. Thanks, Apple. Though if any of you guys would really rather have a button that you could program to do something else, I mean, it's a win for you, loss for me. You guys know I'm not excited for these iPhones anymore, especially because they have been straying further and further away from the near perfection that was this iPhone I'm holding here. The design, the feature set. I mean, yeah, the chip and all that, I know it's old, but 3D touch is still the way you turn on the flashlight. I hate this long press thing that Apple now has for the flashlight. And they continue to get further and further away from this device. So it's harder for me to be excited about this, guys, but this is your basic recap. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention pricing. Yeah, the prices didn't really change that much. Some of you might be screaming at me if I failed to mention that the Pro Max now starts at $1,200 instead of $1,100, but that's because they got rid of the 128 gigabyte option. And now only the Pro Max now starts at 256 gigs, and actually the pricing for that model is literally the exact same as the 14 Pro Max at 256 gigs. So technically, they did not get a price increase. You just lost a storage option. Shut up, you stupid Apple! Fix Siri on this thing. It is so infuriating! Okay, I'm tired. It's like, what, 9:30 and Siri triggered again. What the f is wrong with this thing, Apple? Fix it! Okay, yeah, I'm tired. I'm agitated, and I gotta lose all sleep tonight just to get this up in the morning. So I'm gonna end this video right here. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor and interact with stuff below. My name is DeWolf. Random Alpha, signing out. All right, let's go lose a night of sleep.